But anywho, a lot of times when we ask for a husband and ask for a wife, we also must evaluate ourselves to see if we're even ready for what we're asking for. And that also goes for anything else in life. We have to prepare ourselves for things that we're asking for. We have to be ready. And I've mentioned that before. Because if you ask for something that you're not ready for, then you must be ready to prepare and work on what you're asking for. You know, but yet we want God to just give us these things, especially women, because we all have these qualities and stuff, you know, that we want men to have. But what about our qualities? You know what I'm saying? Are you actively working to improve in a way that is beneficial to both you and your spouse or your potential spouse, and not just you? You know what I'm saying? And I'm mainly speaking for the women because I'm a woman, and I know a lot of my audience, well, probably not, because I talk about God, not relationship stuff, but I'm a woman. So speaking from a woman perspective, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in this situation, so that's why I'm speaking on it. You know, I'm asking for a man and I expect him to have great qualities. Meanwhile, back then, my qualities wasn't the best. So it's like, you know, a lot of times we want men to work on themselves while we do nothing but receive the man at his best. And I say all this because this is stuff that I did not realize back then that I was also doing. I'm like, you know, oh wow, like, I want a good man, but am I a good woman? And I wasn't at that time at all. So, you know, I wasn't a whore, but the characteristics, you know, it doesn't align up to a woman of God, a good woman. What back then who I was. But I also know that everything worked out the way God intended it. But I wanted to express that what I realized, you know, I want to express what I realized was an issue for myself and many others probably. So, and for my fiance and I, before we got back together, no, when we got back together, sorry, I'm reading wrong. We had changed a little bit. I mean, before we got back together, it was like this much. Like, it was little changes, you know, but it wasn't even like godly. It was just little changes, that stuff that we didn't do before in our relationship. But the most part, we were doing a lot of the same stuff that we did the first time we dated. Because the most important quality that we both lacked as a couple when we dated the first time was a true relationship with God. We knew of him, but we didn't have a real deep relationship with him. And see, it wasn't until we found God that we truly changed for the better. Like, God made him a real man, a true real man, and he made me a true real woman. You know what I'm saying? I just mentioned to y'all how I was not, my qualities were not it back then. You know what I'm saying? And the more we pursued the Lord, the more we have godly qualities, real women and men qualities. You know, he changed us from the inside out. But, you know, work on yourself. Seek the Lord, because he will definitely prepare you.